Hello students, I am Dr. Shailendra Kumar Singh and today we are going to discuss about the fate of pyruvate and Krebs cycle. As we have discussed in the previous lecture, we have seen that glycolysis is a vital stage in respiration. As it is the first stage, glucose is modified to produce compounds like pyruvate which can go on to be used in the later stages. In addition to generating ATP which can be directly used by the cell, the second stage of cellular respiration is called citric acid cycle. Each step of this cycle is catalyzed by a very specific enzyme. In eukaryotes, the Krebs cycle uses a molecule of acetyl coenzyme to generate 1 ATP, 3 NADH, and 1 FADH2 in an additional 2 CO2 and 3 hydrogen molecules. And in today's class, we will discuss about this cycle. This slide shows the fates of pyruvate. Pyruvate is a very versatile molecule which links with different pathways. So after glycolysis on the basis of presence of oxygen or absence of oxygen, it could be converted into three pathways. It could be undergo into alcoholic fermentation, could undergo into lactic fermentation, or in the presence of oxygen, it can be undergoes into aerobic oxidation. As you can see in the animation, under aerobic condition, as you have seen in this under aerobic condition, as you can see in this here, aerobic condition, oxygen is present. So 3 carbon of this pyruvate is carboxylated and form 2 carbon acetyl coenzyme and CO2 is produced. But in the absence of mitochondria or oxygen, it can also be converted into lactate, as you can see in this pathway, which enters the Cori cycle or used in ketogenesis, where acetyl coenzyme can instead to be used to make ketones when glucose levels are low. Finally, this acetyl coenzyme can also be used to make fatty acids in the state of high energy. So generally under anaerobic condition without oxygen, pyruvate is reduced to lactate. Lactate actually produced in the muscles during strenuous exercise. As oxygen level in the muscles is depleted, so anaerobic conditions are produced. So lactate accumulates which tire the muscles and become painful. So after exercise, you can see persons breathes heavily to repay the oxygen debt and reform pyruvate in the liver. Another fate of the pyruvate is the fermentation, as you can see in this here in this pathway, which occurs in the anaerobic microorganism like yeast. In this reaction, pyruvate decarboxylate into acetaldehyde, which is further reduced into ethanol. So it also generate NAD plus, which is continue to the glycolysis pathways. So these are the three different fates of the pyruvate. Now let's move on to the next slide. So in the aerobic respiration, there are three pathways. These pathways help to produce energy currencies, as you can see in this animation. The glycolysis, pyruvate oxidation, and in this lecture we are discussing citric acid cycle. Citric acid cycle could be also known as TCA cycle or Krebs cycle on the basis of their scientist name. And these cycle occur in the mitochondria. You know mitochondria, and in the mitochondria at the place of the matrix, all of these enzymes are present here. Citric acid cycle is the 8-step process, and with the help of acetyl coenzyme and oxalative acetate, it produced different electron rich molecules, and these electron rich molecules undergoes into the electron transport chain and produce lots of ATP for our work. So uh, now let's move on to the next slide and see. So let's have a look on the journey till date. We have seen that after digestion of complex food, monosaccharides like glucose have produced, which enters into the cells through the bloodstream, and inside the cells at cytoplasm, glucose undergoes into glycolysis cycle, as you can see in this slide. As you can see in this slide, this is the glycolysis cycle, which is undergoes into the pyruvate, which converts into the pyruvate. It occurs in the cytoplasm, and in the cytoplasm, this pyruvate, and after this glycolysis, pyruvate enters into the mitochondria in the presence of oxygen when oxygen is present, and in this mitochondria citric cycle and this electron transport cycle occurs. So now let's move on to the next slide and see different kinds of different reactions in the citric acid cycles. This aerobic pathway is the Krebs cycle, which over a series of 8 enzymatic steps. As you can see in this picture, it is a critical in glucose metabolism. So this 8-step biochemical reaction includes redox, dehydration, and decarboxylation kind of reaction. And these all reaction are runs continuously in the closed loop of reactions. So the purpose of Krebs cycle is to collect 8 high energy electrons from these steps and by oxidizing them. And these energy electrons, they collect in the NADH electron carriers like NADH and FADH2. And this electronic carriers which undergoes into the electron transport chain, and it starts and produce different lots of ATP. So this cycle starts from the entering of pyruvate molecule, that is the end product of the glycolysis, into the mitochondria matrix. As you can see in this picture, this is pyruvic acid and this is undergoes into the acetyl coenzyme A. This acetyl coenzyme A undergoes into the mitochondrial matrix. So now let's move on to the next slide and see what is happening. So you can see in this slide 3 carbon pyruvate enters the mitochondrial matrix and decarboxylated and converted into acetyl coenzyme A, that is 2 carbon molecules. So as you can see in this animation also, like this part we are covering right now, pyruvate to acetyl coenzyme A, and this is our pyruvate undergoes into the acetyl oxalate state, and after that this coenzyme A and NAD plus came into this, and they produce a CO2 molecule and NADH, and this acetyl coenzyme A. Now the next step. This is the first reaction of cycle, and it's the condensation of acetyl coenzyme A with oxalate state to form citrate, and it is catalyzed by the citrate synthase. Once the oxalate state is joined with the acetyl coenzyme A, a water molecule attacks the acetyl leading to the release of coenzyme A from the complex. So now we are covering this part. Acetyl coenzyme A mixed with the oxaloacetate. So here is our acetyl coenzyme A, which is produced in the earlier reaction, and now it will be mixed with the oxaloacetate. This is our first step, and it is mixing like this, and this oxaloacetate is converted into the citrate. Now let's move on to the next step, and it's converted into the isocitrate. So in the previous slide, we have seen that citrate is rearranged to form an isomeric form, isocitrate, with the help of enzyme ecotinase. That is the second step of the Krebs cycle. And a water molecule is removed from the citric acid and then put back onto another location. So this transformation yields a molecule of isocitrate. Now in this third step, isocitrate dehydrogenase catalyze the oxidative decarboxylation of isocitrate to form alpha ketoglutarate. In this reaction, generation of NADH from NAD is seen. The enzyme isocitrate dehydrogenase catalyzes the hydroxyl group at the 4' of the isocitrate and to yield an intermediate which then has a carbon dioxide molecule removed from to yield alpha ketoglutarate. So right now we are at this point, and you can see that one of the CO2 is released and one is the NADH is produced in this reaction. Next, this stage is the fourth step of the Krebs cycle. So alpha ketoglutarate is oxidized and carbon dioxide is removed, and coenzyme A is added to form the 4 carbon succinyl coenzyme A. 4 carbon succinyl coenzyme A, as you can see in this reaction. Right now we are at this step. As you can see this in animation that this alpha ketoglutarate is converted into the succinyl with the help of a reaction. Now let's move on to the next step. This is the fifth step in which coenzyme A is removed from succinyl coenzyme A and produce succinate. So the energy is released used to make guanosine triphosphate from guanosine diphosphate by substrate level phosphorylation. So this GTP can then be used to make ATP. The enzyme succinyl coenzyme synthesis catalyze this reaction of the citric acid cycle. So as you can see in the animation, the GTP is utilized by the succinate, succinyl coenzyme and produce succinate in this step. And now this coenzyme is removed and this GTP is utilized. Now let's move on to the next step. This is the sixth step of the Krebs cycle in which succinate is oxidized to form fumarate. During this oxidation, FAD is reduced to FADH2 with the help of enzyme succinate dehydrogenase and the removal of two hydrogens from the succinate. So this is the sixth step. As you can see here, succinate is converted into the with the help of and this FAD is converted into the FADH2 and form the fumarate as you can see here. Move on to next slide and they see in this seventh step the reversible hydration of fumarate to L-malate, and this reaction is catalyzed by the fumarase. Fumarase continues the rearrangement process by adding hydrogen and oxygen back into the substrate that had been previously removed. So fumarate add the hydrogen and oxygen and then it's converted into the malate. Now let's move on to the next slide and see the eighth and final step of the reaction. In this step, malate is oxidized to produce oxaloacetate. Oxaloacetate, you remember the first molecule of the Krebs cycle. So the overall cycle end with the oxaloacetate, the starting compound of the citric acid cycle with the help of malate dehydrogenase. In this oxidation, NAD plus is reduced to NADH plus. So this is malate, and they with the help of this NAD plus it will remove the oxaloacetate. Now ATP generation, total ATP generation, as you can see in this animation, and if you want to calculate the total ATP is generated, around 12 ATP is generated in the Krebs cycle. As to in eukaryote, the Krebs cycle uses a molecule of acetyl coenzyme A, which generate 1 ATP, 3 NADH, and 1 FAD. Besides that, for this CO2 molecule and hydrogen molecule. So two molecule of acetyl coenzyme A are produced in glycolysis. You remember that? So we have to double this reaction. So two molecule, this total number of the molecules produced in the citric acid cycle is around 2 ATP and 6 NADH and 2 FADH2. These are the energy rich and carriers. So both NADH and FADH2 molecules made in the Krebs cycle are sent to electron transport chain and the last stage of the cellular respiration. So now we will see in the next lecture of this. Now let's move on to the next slide. This is a simple memorizing trick of the Krebs cycle. Citrate is Krebs starting substrate for making oxaloacetate. You can remember all of the cycle with the help of this easy quotation. Now let's move on to the final slide. Significance of Krebs cycle. So we have seen that intermediate compounds formed during Krebs cycle are used for the synthesis of biomolecules like amino acids, nucleotides, chlorophyll, cytochrome, and fats. As you can see in these cycles, carbon skeleton are got which are used in the process of growth and for maintaining the cells. So many amino acids are formed from like alpha ketoglutarate from this alpha ketoglutaric acid, pyruvic acid, oxaloacetic acid, and Krebs cycle also release plenty of energy, which is utilized in various metabolic activities of the cells. Now the question for you have to answer this question on this my mail ID drshile82 at the rate gmail.com. What is Krebs cycle? How many ATP are produced in the Krebs cycle? And what are the product of the citric acid cycle? Thank you.